Symptoms of depression, or the fear that others disapprove of their eating or drinking habits, lead women embroiled in the toxic triangle to reject others' overtures, preferring isolation to being intruded upon or controlled. When they do connect, family members and friends don't always respond effectively. While often intending to be supportive and understanding, they may not understand why a woman can't pull herself up by the bootstraps and snap out of it. Frustrated at their own ineffective nagging, they pull away or continue until she blows up at them. Psychologist Thomas Joyner of Florida State University has identified a phenomenon that appears to contribute to some of the hostility and rejection that women in the toxic triangle experience in their relationships: excessive reassurance seeking. Women who constantly ask family members and friends for assurance that they are loved and that they are good people are engaging in this phenomenon. Never satisfied with the assurances they get, instead, they pester others to the point of driving them away. Excessive reassurance seeking and its opposite, self-isolation, are only two ways that women caught in the toxic triangle suffer damage to their close relationships. At the same time that women who seek assurance can be obsequious and deferential in an attempt to hold on to others, they can also be hostile and irritable as a reaction to the resentment they feel at their dependence. This resentment leaks out in small and large ways: snide remarks, snapping back unnecessarily, seeing ill will when none is meant. Interactions with spouses, family, and friends may be peppered with conflict and misunderstanding. They may even feel they have no influence over their children, or that their children do not love or respect them. The toxic triangle can also erode intimacy by ruining women's sex lives. Even moderate amounts of alcohol can make it difficult for women to become fully aroused or have an orgasm. Women who drink heavily can experience difficulty becoming aroused even when they are fully sober. Depression also kills sexual arousal and desire. You're just not interested in sex anymore. And when you do have sex, you don't enjoy it as much. And if you take antidepressants to try to overcome the depression, one of the major side effects may rob you of your sexual desire and arousal. Women who end up in the toxic triangle seem to be magnets for interpersonal stress. They are more likely to marry men with psychological problems, including alcohol and drug problems and personality disorders, and they are then more likely to endure separations and divorces from their spouses. Their children are more likely to have problems in school or in their relationships with other children. Their friendships tend to be with those who have psychological problems, including depression, alcohol abuse, and eating disorders, only compounding the difficulty of escaping the toxic triangle. Indeed, these friendships may reinforce each woman's unhealthy behaviors. This is how a self-perpetuating cycle gets set up. Women who are vulnerable to the toxic triangle often find themselves locked in highly stressful family environments that include conflict in their marriages, husbands who have serious psychological problems, and children who are troubled. These stressors make them feel more depressed and out of control, which only feeds their symptoms. The symptoms themselves can create more stressors by worsening conflict with others and making it even harder to function as mothers, partners, and friends to others.